dip towards, that's going to be second place, looking to take that gold beam and add it towards their inventory to have that luxury. There is no first place team alive.
I'm not sure what layer they are.
Can they hold on to being the finessers of the zone entirely?
Yeah, and don't expect them to go for high ground initially, right? They're not going to be going for high ground as they're moving. If they do that, I'll sound very stupid, but I don't think they should do that, right? They both have multiple launch pads.
Why not, though? Why should they not?
Basically, the reason why you don't want to do it is because you want to use those launch pads effectively, right? If you have 3 launch pads in your inventory, you're going for high ground to first moving, you're basically using materials that you would have saved with those launch pads. Exactly. And with zones putting far away from them, yet again, they're going to have more time to launch pads, and that's going to be good for them here, Shayo.
Absolutely. Irazumi, very safe position. Might have multiple launch pads, but they're aiming for it so far. They might not be controlling high ground completely like Pink and Anas, but if they're consistent over their last 2 games, now in the 3rd game, they have a spot to even steal that lead from Benjamin Towers, and it's about 12 points ahead of Pink and Anas from what we saw before. Irazumi even pops that spicy pepper a little bit of a speedier glide. We'll see exactly how this looks down. They've checked up top, and what a way to pad past all those builds on a single floor, blocking them through. They're high and mighty inside the sky. They go straight for that forward position. You see so many teams in good spots all the way towards that final zone. Make this move first, and Irazumi lead it. They're not all the way towards the low ground. They have no people next to them either. This is such a good spot.
Yeah, they're in a very good spot. They do have this pepper spot as well. And if we go back to Pink and Anas, you see they're holding out, and like I mentioned, they're going to launch pad very slowly towards the front side, launch pad yet again, and now they're going to evaluate. Is this a good time to take high ground? And it doesn't look like it, because there's a lot of people pretty much set up there, so they're going to wait until that second moving, and when the second moving moves north, for example, then they're going to have a lot of materials because they have to save those materials with those launch pads. So I'm hoping to see a north zone pull, because it's going to be a launch pad towards height in the second moving zone here, Shayo.
Absolutely. De facto first place right now will be Artskill and T-Chips up inside the box. They're desperate to find any damage. 79 below. They might be in first. They might have 93 points, but that 95 below threshold is the number that matters, and they changed it up, rewrite their destinies. 360 above, or 63 above, excuse me. They're still trying to find some type of damage. They might get close to 360 with the way this damage is going right now. They dodge the first few strikes of Surge as well as Stoppy finds a few more in the feed. Chulex down, Mustache taken out by Endless and squeezed there side by side, but it's Stoppy going all the way up towards the skies. 9 Lulu have to be forced to drop down. 536 damage above for this team. They Spider-Man their way all the way forward as well. They stop another. The denial is insane.
And you got to be careful. If you're fighting on the backside of the zone, there's going to be another team towards the front side that's trying to take it away from you. Juice smartly here, Spider-Man towards the front side, but they get chopped down. Oh, they do reconnect though, but is the damage done? I don't know. They only have 4 more builds in solo, and here comes Pink. Like I mentioned, if you're fighting on the backside of the zone, you're going to be using a lot of materials, and Pink's been able to save it this entire game here, Shayo. 26 builds left, and they have it into this 8th moving zone.
Oh, they take out Stompy, and Pink is still active and alive. The aim electric, the bullet's magnetic, and they're not missing. This is just insane. Anas is there too at the very front of it, applying the pressure that Pink is making as well. He's making sure not a single edit can be made upwards. Mappy's kind of trapped. Setty's right below him too, so they're being forced into a pinch as well. T-Chips though, still in first, taking down Link. Finally, Enderlex takes him down, so that might be the first place team. Not active either. They were close to 95, 98 points. It's 80 so far, but Setty too is also popping out. Picks out Mappy, survives the pinch, and this is where trouble starts.
And I think we're going to get 2 in a row here from Pink and Anas, because the zone pulls back over old builds, right? So they have, even though the material time is very, very limited, they're going to be able to stay on top of them, and no one's really going to pressure them, because they're all going to go through, Shayo.
Absolutely. Setty though, this is going to be another clutch situation. We saw Janus do it before, but he's out of mats, and unfortunately goes down towards the front side. It'll be Endless next squeeze that picked that one up. 26 points for them overall, but they're looking really good. And Austin Pink again It's like just walking a dog or something. It's just so simple for them. Every time, business as usual. When it's the desert, these guys make sure everyone else is just low and dry. Pink once again, another launch forward, and he secures another spot on the high ground.
And it is a game of numbers, right? Even the small launch pad there, you know, it's only 2 to 3 blocks, but every single build counts here. When you go into that final moving zone, that one build might just save them if you have 7 duels left alive, Shayo.
Absolutely. Flixie now, he's going to be in trouble. You're talking about every single build. They only have about 6 left. Pick up a few more on the left side. Armored Wall buys them a little bit of time, but it's time that's going to be translated into money, into points right now. The longer you stay alive, the more placement you're going to get, and they're trying to milk every single second so far. Up top is where the roof comes crashing down, and Flixie is the one to pick up all the mats left around. It's going to be huge for them. Dodging even more sprays. This man has like a shield bubble around him. There's no way he's taking no damage from all this pressure. Right now he's looking down, lands another big shot. Surge doesn't matter right now. It's only about getting these eliminations and staying alive ahead. Inside the speed, a big one from the heavy shotgun slug. It comes straight in. No, it's a pump, but it doesn't even matter. The damage is true. Nailu still alive right now. The Siftos also getting a few picks, and they're going all the way up for high ground. 3 builds left. It's not going to be enough. He doesn't have the mat to actually go all the way up towards the top, but he has a big shot on the left side. That's an interruption. Flixie's insane. Pink is down. The Emperor is usurped. The med mist might be enough to keep him alive inside the car. The tech is nuts, but no. Driving is not going to be allowed today. Anas saves it for now. A 1v1, no materials, a pump shot. It's do or get done, and he does it. Anas, back to back. The Pharaohs rise. That is insane.
Oh my goodness, Anas there, absolutely electric. Kept this cool. I think that player bounced on top of a tire stack or something, because Anas could have lost him for a second there. But he did finally find that tracking, and this is just a fortunate zone there for them again, right? Everyone on low ground, every material, nobody has bats, and Anas here keeping his cool, you know, playing it safely, even tanking a little bit of storm, is able to find the Siftos there for free. And wow, I think that's 2 in a row there for Pink and Anas. I mean, the setup, it was all there to be seen from the start, right? They got those early eliminations at Tova Canyon, they got the vault, they had multiple chug splashes, and that was just free. GG's.
Absolutely. That armored floor, ramp, wall, whatever, like it was absolutely crucial. I think it was one more shot and would have dwindled away. So that was literally a game of inches. I know that the desk will talk for miles. Zeke, Levin, Reese, I mean, what was that?
Ridiculous.
Shayo Wager, what is going on in this qualifier number 2, guys? Semifinals is next week. Finals is the week after that. We gotta calm down, okay? My little heart can only take so much of this action, but Shayo Wager was extremely accurate in that call, right? That armored ramp there being the difference. At that point, that player has to say, this is not worth wasting ammunition on. I'm just gonna take a chance. I'm gonna go in this direction in the hope this guy's not up top waiting for me to just get domed. But for Pink and Anas, once again, another victory royale. The back-to-back, Levin, it's going down.
Yeah, and we saw it coming from a mile away. Reese and I sitting there in the call just knowing, hey, look, after their forward battles and whatnot, it was clear they were going to have a brilliant game. Of course, they had all the loot you could possibly ask for. The setup for Height Reese was very, very patient, and it's actually something that I think people underrate, right? A lot of the time, you see a bunch of teams fighting for Height, but they're real good high ground teams. They'll stay elevated, they'll wait for all the action to happen, and they'll just sneak on right up and win games, and this is what these guys do so well.
Yeah, the back-to-back doesn't happen just randomly. Like, these guys are experienced. They've been practicing left, right, and center, and they are veterans of the game at this point. Anas has been around for so long. So has Pink. Get a lot more of the limelight this season, absolutely. It showed in the final moments, right, where Anas had to clutch up the victory royale. And we kind of saw a bit of a difference between Flixie on low ground. Here, exactly, jumping straight into the car. He's a less experienced player. He's not made a single FNCS final. This is a big moment for him. Whereas Anas, calm, cool, collected, veteran of the game, connects the shots that matters, and kicks up the back-to-back.
Yeah, Shai was talking about the Flixie tech there. I think you're giving him a bit too much credit. I think there was a bit of panic there from him. But look, they were very impressive in that endgame. Him and Nailu popped off, and that's going to really help them moving forward.
And that's what they're trying to do, right? They're just trying to make it in that top 8. They don't have to be first. They just have to meet that top 8 requirement to go straight through the finals. Let's take a look at our standings right now. It does not look like I read slowly. Okay, so right now, second place, 102 points. That's how slow I read, guys. but I started from the bottom to the top. Take a look. That is a massive game for them, right? Now they're able to jump up, especially halfway through the competition 11. They're able to say, look, as long as we can just hold on. A second place, they very well can make top 8. If everything goes horribly wrong, they may be able to hold on.
Yeah, look, I'm actually not even that surprised seeing Layla and Flixie here, just because this season so far in Cash Cups, when I've been watching and analysing some of the bigger teams, I always see their names popping about in lower layers, you know, really getting those pop-offs. They are very, very exciting players to watch, and so this could be the start of a really big year for them.
Yeah, their best placement so far is 12th in one of those finals, which is really, really good. Like I mentioned, they haven't made an FNCS finals yet, so with a couple of games remaining, 3 left to go, I'm hoping they don't crack under the pressure.
Just gotta hold on, boys. Just hold on. We got this, but for now we're getting ready. We're jumping back on the battle bus. Boom, Shy Wager, take it away.
Man, when it comes to these games right now, I think Zeke put it the best in game number 2's post. It's like a semifinals light, even a finals light after the action we're seeing with this one, Boop. I mean, I'm not sure where it goes from here. If we're at the desert again, I might just lose my mind.
Yeah, I think it's very zone dependent, but it's also because the sort of teams that we have in this lobby. I don't think I've seen many high teams in this lobby, Shabia. A lot of the high teams that we know are all qualified last time. So, you know, the videos and visas, all these guys are already qualified towards the grand finals guaranteed. So Pink and Anna, they're making use of a very good situation for them. And, you know, to be the only high team here right now, it's doing well for them.
Yeah, it's like a personality switch as well, because you called it in the first game. Anas, Pink, kind of a little bit of a passive duo overall. They don't like to take that claim, but when it comes to endgame, everyone has to be adaptable enough to do just that, right? And if you're looking for another banger, we're on the precipice of one right now. Game number 4 is about to get started.
Yep, and, you know, we saw a lot of aggression coming out early on, but... We saw a lot of aggression coming out early on into that last game, and I'm expecting exactly the same this time, and the point discrepancy is going to be even higher, you know. There's going to be a lot of those people, you know, towards the bottom 30 to 40 on the leaderboard. They're trying to play super, super aggressive now. It is not the time to be eliminated by Surge anymore. Now is the time to pick it up and make things happen, Shaya.
Absolutely, and sometimes you might not see a team pick it up. You might not know exactly how they're in a certain space. I feel like that is the wave for ArtSkill and T-Chips. Once again, just like the Cash Cups we saw in the previous season, they're just there. Somehow, top 6, top 5, right now in 2nd overall. In a spot that seems even weird too. Yeah, there's a big vault to be able to, you know, be used, but past that, like, these outpost spots, somehow so effective week after week.
Yeah, everyone seems to love them, but I didn't notice in the field. I saw Anas get an early elimination. So maybe that was because of the bus path, or maybe someone is trying to make something happen here. I would love to see that later on, just a little bit of replay maybe, as we have this early game fight. Looks like, oh no, never mind, they're just going back in. They got a taste of blood the last game, and they want more, Shayo.
Absolutely. This is going to be super early, though. That's the part I'm kind of worried about. And you mentioned it, yeah. Early elim, it's good, but then, okay, I like this. Getting out of dodge and making sure you're not going to be inside the preliminary equation. They want to be like option B of the overall test, right? They want to be the second question, the multiple choice after the fact, and this is the way they got that first elim. Pink being bullied and really being the bait for the final second. That man's HP is low.
Get yourself a teammate like Anash. No, my man slid down the mountain, risked his ankles to come help his boy out, and it worked out for them. That's going to be early storm surge for them as well. And it seems like someone's trying to shake it up just a little bit. It looks like Pink's loop path is getting disrupted just a little bit, but Pink, you know, has that perfect drop. Pink is one of those players that is prepared some of the motion, has played so much practice. He's done so much vodagune, has a coach, has everything in his arsenal to do well, and he's showing that off today. As Benji and Savage, this time, we mentioned having a consistent off-spawn strategy. This time, they're shaking it up. They're pushing towards Kinzo and Disiptos, and Disiptos gets taken out early on now.
Yeah, I mean, consistency is one of the essences of surprise, right? If you keep things completely consistent on your drop, it makes it that much easier to have a little bit of a jump scare on the team that's next to you. So right there, Savage and Benji not engaging whatsoever. Disiptos might have been a little bit overall confused. Like Daisical is moving around kind of free-formed, and Savage capitalizes on that, picks it up. Should be a close range fight they were having. Looks like they took control of a spot they don't usually go to in Tilted, and because of that, Savage has a free Ela.
And you know, this is a little bit scary though, because we're only in game number 4, right? We have 2 more games after the show, so you really don't want to be messing with your neighbors, especially when you're in a position to qualify, right? Benji and Savage, 94 points right now. You know, they are in that 6th position, so if Kinzo and Disiptos, you know, if they have a bad game or they have another bad game after this one, they might say, you know what, let's push Benji and Savage. It doesn't matter anymore to us because they they griefed us in game number 4, but looking at the leaderboard so far, Kinzo Deceptors are actually tied on points with Benji and Savage on 91 points, so this is maybe a play for leaderboard, you know, taking out the players that are next to you, and maybe that gives you just that little inch in order to qualify to top 8, Child.
Absolutely. There's a lot of time, though, inside Tilted to be able to stay around there, right? And you're not going to be able to guard the card as much when it comes to Benji and Savage. You mentioned, you know, maybe one of the mistakes they're making is they're taking too long in Tilted. They're not getting enough surge. That might have been an answer for their surge overall, but they need to move now. So as a result, yes, you are making a difference in that 91-point tie, but Kinzel's going to get the Siptos right back up. They'll still be in the game, and they'll be looking for revenge.
Yeah, for sure. And it might make a little bit of a difference as we move over towards Anlex also now trying to play aggressive on Fast Roki and Kylie. You know, those guys, I expect them to be in chonkers the majority of this final. You know, they've been talking about it a lot on Twitter. Chonkers, it's our chonkers. But when it comes to the real finals and there's actual things on the line, looks like they've given it up. You know, there's a lot of talk coming out. You know, I love it. You know, I love the drama on Twitter as well. You know, you're trying to claim those spots, but, you know, sometimes you just got to put actions to your words, and they're not doing that. But they do have 41 points right now, so it's not too bad, right? I guess they're sort of appreciating the fact that they can do better from a different spot. Don't have to make ego for those spawn fights. But, you know, Anlex and X3 is here. They're trying to play aggressive on them. And Kylie now in a difficult spot. 0 builds in the box. Tries to whip out the pistol. Only has 14 ammo in that Stinger SMG. As Anlex is trying to get a sneaky revive here on X3. Trying to trade, but Anlex has a shield advantage. And that's more than enough here against Pastrochi to eliminate him. And Anlex there on his 40 points, 2 eliminations now, and Surge settled, and has a pretty good zone to rotate to as well.
Absolutely. The one thing I liked a lot just in that fight specifically, Anlex baiting out the chunk splash noise, making it feel like you're going to be trading reses, right? That was genius, and then immediately pushing. Right now, too, in terms of contestation, only one contested team has kind of won so far when we're looking at how things are rolling, too, right, when it comes to the victory royale. So the thing right now is if you have a very clear type of mind overall when you're looking at how the games are being played, you have that set loop path that you're pushing so much, Hoop, right, in terms of being able to get that practice and be able to get that familiarity, and you're having a much easier time getting into that victory royale.
Yeah, for sure. As we hop on board now with Kinzo, he's trying to get his boy back up in the Siptos. Looks like Savage and Benji, they're hovering the area. Actually, I think Savage might be camping that card. It was over near that garage side of the buildings. But, you know, Kinzo, the time is ticking. He still has a lot of time, I think. It should be fine, but unfortunately for him, the first zone does center near Tilted. So there's actually zero reason for Savage and Benji to do anything but wait here. They can farm the materials out. They have a bit of surge. And because they have priority on this rotate against the other Tilted team, because usually, right, you have that team in North Tilted, they're going to be blocking out your rotates. In this situation, they're the team that's deciding the rotates, and they have all the time in the world here to make something happen. But I don't think the Siptos should shoot at this player at all, because he wants to sneak in carefully to try to get that car and then dip right back out. And it looks like the timing window is almost perfect here. Kinzo, oh, I'm nervous here, Shayo. This is, oh, he gets it. There you go. Thank God he gets out of there as we go through to another fight here inside of Daily Bugle. Stompy and Ju on that 80 points so far in a pretty good spot in this final, getting W-keyed by a player with an appropriate name, W-key Able. I mean, for sure, he is able to W-key, and Ju in a similar situation to the Siptos, trying to play passive and run away now.
Yeah, it's going to be tough overall. Stompy, this team entirely just seems like they've had a little bit of trouble, a misstep even that cost them the entire game. It's not even, you know, a completely wrong calculation or a big mistake, just a slight error sends them spiraling into a place they don't really want to be in. And at the Bugle, you saw this in qual number 1. It is tough to get out of the spot with a card and get back under your game in a good pace, right? It gets really, really difficult. Right now, Anas and Pink as well, denying a little bit of the damage on what I was assume would be Kriachi and Stormy right, pulling them a little bit. Curious to see exactly what it is. It is Kriachi Stormy right. They're going right beside Sleepy Sound and or Logjam Lumberyard, excuse me. This should be the one spot that they could back up to if they're leaving Covert Cavern, but the issue is it's going to be a team that's not contested, that's going to be able to scout out the grounds and possibly push even for that surge. And Austin Pink in trouble in first place as well.
And this is what I mentioned, right? 4th game now, Kriachi and Stormy at 18th place with 45 points. So they're trying to be proactive instead of reactive. You know, they were eliminated in 13th place in game number 1, 22nd in game number 2, and 25th in game number 3. So that half and half surge really affecting them in this final. And now they're trying to play super aggressive against Pink and Anas, and, you know, trying to make an opportunity happen because they need elimination in order to catch up. They had a decent finals last week, and hopefully for my prediction they have a better one this time. But so far it's not too good.
Not too good for the moment, but they'll be able to get some damage and get out. That was the goal. Sometimes you don't need to commit to the entire fight. For Gore, it might be a little bit different. Slow way right behind him. Maybe having a little bit of a pinch over here, but he can't go over to the left side. The Harpoon actually misses and hits the enemy instead of the build. That's huge. And another just walking forward pump. It's actually Tico going down. Trulex, that was the first team I was talking about in game one that keeps getting keyed. It seems like they're our bullied duo of the day. No matter where they're trying to reposition to, there's a team that finds them and then just dives in the box.
Yeah, unfortunately, Chulix and Chico again getting eliminated by another team in the mid-game aggression. You know, the games where they aren't getting pushed out, they place top 10 in every single game so far. But you know, they gotta survive. You gotta be careful because there's aggressive teams in this lobby, and if you can't handle the heat, you gotta get out of the kitchen.
You gotta get somewhere. I don't know where.
Away from the kitchen, maybe.
Away from other teams, but there's just teams playing. That's so unfortunate for Trulux too. The Harpoon kind of just solidifies everything. And the fact that Gore just like has the focus to just keep going, even though he's getting so much damage dealt to him. The trust in his teammates. I mean, ultimately, the trade didn't need to come through. He had the damage himself. Still kind of nuts. Skins all the Ziptos back on their feet. Ziptos on the way to B, and this time they're getting chased. But for Taxia, this is going to be a tough right away.
Yeah, and this is a team, you know, these guys, they have struggled with Surge the entire game. And when there's a nice little cake right in front of you that's rebooting for you, you're going to take that opportunity to get everything that you can. Kinzo and Deceptor's only going to have those 150 word in total, as Kinzo has to pad away 21 builds for him. Deceptor gets left in the dust, and he's going to be the bait. He says, he says, Kinzo, run away, my friend, because I will be your sacrifice. And Kinzo will have to do it yet again.
Así es, chicos. Con el teclado y mouse.
I'm not even needing stats for this next claim, but I think this is the lobby that's given away the most Elam points. That's 4 in total. This man has gone down
¡Qué maldito su marshmallow!
They're still searching for himself.
Yeah, I mean, you want to maximize, right? Like, if you can solve this right now, then do it. There's no reason for you to play passively, you know, let this guy you. But, you know, has a little bit of a sixth sense. Maybe he feels like Kinzo's nearby in this bush, but, you know, he doesn't seem to know it yet. And we're running out of places here for Kinzo to reboot. You know, you can only reboot someone twice. I feel like, there you go, the replay of it happening. Effective with that Stinger estimation something to do. Cool from the outside trying to trade as well, and that is Deceptos. I feel bad for him, man. He has not had a fun game this time, and I feel like it's going to happen again because Kinzo, being the good and valiant teammate that he is gonna try to reboot him yet again, and I feel like it's going to be the same fate.
I'm wondering what the maximum amount of points a single player is giving to other teams in the past. I think Kinzo going for a record right now.
Might be.
No, soy igual de malo. Multifantasy disponible, a ver.
And 103 below Surge, actually, we might not even get to that point, unfortunately. So the fun and games are over for Kinzo and Deceptos. Now comes reality as Cassie and Vortexia are going to hold them out yet again. And you know, this outfit, is so recognizable. And you know, they know this is the solo, and they're going to be pushing in. SNG comes through, Kinzo, can you make something happen? No, the pinch comes from both sides, and Vortexia and Cassie take them both out. And that's going to be a good start to the game here, you know. The Surge is settled, they don't have to worry about it anymore. But for Hookah and Destin here, you know, having played aggressively in Condo Canyon, their Surge is not settled as they're going to get pushed out here.
They're going to be tough. Hookah at some moments has, like, you know, really good swings in terms of getting enough damage done right in front of them. This is going to be nice control, box like a present, and Christmas is way past. Hookah's just going to be pushing forward and getting every elimination that he wants to, no matter what. Surge is the one going knocked down and then completely eliminated. Past that, one more player just left right in front of them, and they know he has no shields. They know he's not healing up right now. Look at all the loot they got. 2 MK7s to switch into. Shield kegs, Spider-Man's wet shooters as well. This is just an absolute, you know, treasure chest of an elimination.
It's good to see a little bit of diversity in the zone as well. You know, we're going to get a little bit of greenery, not all that yellow sand that we're so used to. So, you know, I think that's going to have to adapt just a little bit to this different type of
Dale, que queremos jugar.
As you have Link here and Default still on this backside of Tilted. You know, kind of get held out now. Storm Surge is going to activate. 81 people left alive, so it's one of the biggest surges we've had so far. And Clement and Floki here on the left side of your screen are on top of multiple players. They're trying to scout out, trying to find something. As Link now goes back down Surge. And they do have a lot of speed though to this.
Pero son
Yeah,
eliminados.
but you know, they're going back up and down, Shayo.
Yeah, and right now there's going to be a team up top that is going completely down. I just saw Nos go down in the feed. Pink did get a little bit of a trade. That's Volko fighting a Nos. I'm pretty sure that's one of the teams that lands inside covert a little bit and goes back and forth. There's Joe and Vino. Not exactly sure what's going on there, but it's all now. What damage up? Straight for that big finish, 360 surge. So they've been fighting for a long time, a little while. This time I'm going to have to go straight into the spots as well. Yeah, Pink is going all in for this one. Will he drop 2 more as well? No, Volko will actually drop down towards the ground. Pink is still looking forward and has a little bit of control. This time Edit on one side.
Espera.
We go for a reboot on his horse side. There shouldn't be too many people up here at all, but Pink is having so much trouble finding this elimination.
And I like the aggressive Pink, right? He realizes there's very limited
Manito,
in this situation. So he needs to get this elimination as quickly as he can because Zone is taking down this 4 more seconds. He's down now to 30 white health, and fortunately for him, that play does get siphoned, and Pink is gone. Game number 4 is not for Pink and Anas, and I feel like it's a bit of a snowball from that early game, right? They got landed on by another team, and they got pushed up by Curiosity Stormlight yet again, and you know, the sort of no-show in the flow is getting disrupted, and now with a different type of zone, this is something,
¡Maldita Orlanen!
Curveballs don't actually in Fortnite, and sometimes you guys adapt, sometimes it's really tough.
Is very tough, but I still feel like they have a leg in the race, right? If their kind of history is we either go out without any placement points or we win a game, all they have to do is to stay alive towards an end game, have a chance at being top 3, because when they do stay alive, literally, they win back to back.
Yeah, I mean, might as well win 2 games and then be eliminated early on in the next game. That's fine, you know. As long as you have that consistency, you know, so far, they've been eliminated in 3 seconds, 1, 2 games in a row. So this time, been eliminated in mid-game. So surely they win the last 2 games of this final as well, Shayo.
Yeah, how does that change in terms of this game for every team? They had a launch pad before they went down. For a bunch of people that are going to be on the map, a lot of people like to just use pads, and Pink and Anas are always in one of the best spots to use them for everyone to recycle as well. So, part of the business so far, you're going to need launch pads for this next zone, because if you look at it, I don't see an inch of land inside where we're going so far. It'll be the absolute center point of the map. It seems like right above tilted, and there's just water. That's all I can see.
I don't know if you're the analyst, Shayo, or if I am, but that brings up such a great point. You just sparked my memory here. And there's a strategy that a lot of these players can do. If you remember the outfits of the Cobra team, right? You know, Ben and Joe, 2 guaranteed launch pads. You have to remember that. If you know what outfit they wear every single game, if you box them right next to them, guess what you get? 2 launch pads for free every single time. So this is sort of a strategy I've seen a lot of people do in solos as well. If you know a team or a player is near an airdrop, for example, or a supply drop, you know the player can have a guaranteed launch pad. You can have to stay right next to them. So that's a very high-level strategy that can come out of some of these players. I don't know how easy it is to remember the outfit of another player though, because obviously, you know, they're gonna be changing this. They're gonna be changing those every single game. But you know, it's worthwhile to think about.
Absolutely, and you'll know they'll be on one of the sides of the zone as well, right? Look towards the north, look towards the west side, even if it is a zone that's kind of like this. The one thing I like about these zones too, I'm a very kind of lore-based individual. I like to make up weird storylines in my head when I'm watching. You end up getting like continents of players and boxes that I feel like everyone coming into the piece is a lot more, right? Because the zone is more northern, so we'll have a lot less maps there, a lot more chances for a big box size on the right big bases that are being built. Everywhere along the left, though, that'll be people who are very well off, haven't had to move too much so far. They'll be looking a little bit better on damage. They'll have a controlled game, so we'll see that poverty line kind of split way down right in the middle diagonally. Everything top left looking good, bottom right kind of hungry to see what happens next.
Next, and no one is going to be in the center.
People who are struggling a little bit more. Hookah and Zestin right now who are low on that. That's really shot out. Solo thing on the bottom right. Got the key to moving and keep up with the Richard Romano.
All I know is I do not want to be that team on the bottom left of the map, right? It's not close to you. All the eyes are going to be on top of your face. And when you have pads as well. Oh, did you actually get a package here? So maybe I mean, that is sort of a bittersweet thing, right? Because even if you launch pad into a situation situation. Everyone's going to see that poor little team on the edge of the map, ready to launch pad, and that is going to be the elimination for this lobby. 1 more second to go, and I'm waiting for it. Oh, they get it. Somehow they've read the zone. Their brain is bigger than mine, so it doesn't matter. They've got that supply drop. They've got zone as well, so those guys are fighting, Tyler.
Yeah, more importantly for the rest of the lobby, 2 of 4 will have to move once again. The rich part of the lobby ends up being 2 care packages as well as 2 care packages. That's just insane. They get even richer. Now everyone else on the right side. This is when you see certain issues. Vico right now, he's going to be so much trouble moving forward. Analyze is also going through it right above him. Melody in front. Everyone's just kind of crossed out, having trouble. And I'm not even sure if anyone survives this location.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a question. I think Rico isn't a player that makes many final runs, but he's a very confident solo player. He struggled, I think, last week, this week, qualified to the finals. Got a little bit of pretty well, 53 points in total, but, you know, sometimes that surge doesn't go for you. That's depending on the zone. But, you know, what is going to be good this game is the Benji and Savage, right? This is a very big zone for them. They're struggling having to move across the map the entire time. And now zone is basically in the backyard, and they have a pretty good spot to set up here. As you know, we're all competing with no launch pad, and this is basically going to be a reverse of what I expected to see from Tyler. And there's going to be multiple eyes on you, and Vico, unfortunately, you don't ever want to shoot the players right in front of you, because, you know, those guys are going to turn back, it's going to make so much noise, and everyone's going to realize that you're there, but he was in such a difficult position. He did that surge, so had no choice but to shoot, and he gets eliminated there in 26th place. But it's now, it's really quiet, Jayo. I feel like, oh no, I guess.
Always rely on it to have a little bit of a rattle, but yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. What people don't want to do is make anyone mad. There's no insurance in this zone whatsoever. You end up making a mistake when you can move, especially if the zone is this low. You're underwater right now. So everyone's just biding their time, waiting for the next zone to come in. And yeah, the cruise is over. Time to go straight over to his land, get overboard, get back into the brass tacks of Fortnite. They're going to be going right off the water. This is good for the majority of teams. The issue is, I'm looking at a little bit of a red. And, like, you know, if you're doing an incline walk for 40 minutes, your legs get tired. Right now, it's not muscles that are going to be strained. Well, it's usually going to get backs. Moving upwards, especially in the low position, you're going to have to make as quick as possible builds. And at the same time, everyone on the right side, there's not too many launch pads. You're either being tough for them to do something on a free, even some of your tactics, uncharacteristically, but any place off to put it down, surge down as well. They have to move, they're swimming, they're desperate. This just looks like trouble.
I'm very curious to see who takes over high ground in this first week, right? We have two talents operating in that second and third week, but they're not in this game anymore. So I'm very curious to see who wants to go up for it. And I have a feeling it might be Benji and Savage trying to go up for it, because they have a very close by zone. They're going to have a higher average material count compared to the lobby. So hopefully we'll see some action on Hype here.
The reaction on Hype survival on low though. Somehow Hookah and Zestin's still alive. The last duo in and the first one out. Talk about broad spears. That's exactly what they're doing right now. They're 116 below. Keep hanging on by a thread. They have to find one shot in a box somewhere. Anything. A possibility. Crack. No, not one ball play. A little bit of damage traded, but it's only on towards them. Hookah not down the way. Zestin on the left side. They're going to lead it, and he goes back over. The Savage. No Benji. Just one man. You see the mission absolutely catastrophic in terms of a position to try to take it back first, but there's a chance there. 4 Elams, you see what they can do on the other side, Vito and Joe. You're asking who has height. It's a Goldberg duo themselves, and they're not hiding anymore. They're ready to play.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, you guys have the most fun guys. A lot of them have to fight in the conference as well. They are the most aggressive duo in the lobby, and with a high fight rate, Jordan has to be there. The second height can be a little bit scared. But Savage here, this is the guy that you want in your corner to be clutching up, right? One of the best solo players in the game right now. Has so much experience in the biggest range in solos. And with a Spider-Man in his hand, I think there's a good bunch of up here. Oh no! What have I just said? The power is back. Okay.
One of the webs up there, and then actually just in midair, like Spider-Man or something, finds a pad. Only Savage gets into situations like that and stays alive.
How does this keep happening? Let's say something nice and just get destroyed by something random, but Jew here, surely it doesn't happen to Jew, right? 3 elimination here, 7 builds, the zone is going to pull slightly back, so he's going to be a little bit careful, but Savage here, finding another shot on another player, he's going to play this very slowly, he's not going to jump in aggressively, he's going to take
mats are out. Needs to find a shot in the pick, but it's not going to be possible. That's a different side of the zone. He's getting an absolute haircut from high ground, though. That's gone, and now it's up to T-Tips and his teammate Art still to kind of take that lead. Hard fight up top, and this time in the Nova. Finally see what endgame can go down now. They're trying to rain a few shots up top, keep that pressure up. It's not going to be enough. So far, they go for a few more beams, but it's looking like he's down below. There's still one more team that's in the mix. You're finally down, and now it's a 2v2.
You gotta be careful that there's a massive log in the middle of this endgame. You cannot build it on the inside. You send the log to the left side. You have 11 eliminations over. Until then, T-Tips on 5 eliminations over. Now they're running out of the stepping up on the zone. And I don't think there's much you can do in this position here. It's all about finding your time, getting very passive, but be a little bit careful. And I feel like they can spray their enemies a little bit more time.
Absolutely, the bottoms up, downs in. It's an absolute all in, and it's on fire that finds a flush all the way on the down. That's what I'm talking about. The other breakdown. They keep it simple. They keep it smooth. That's what we like to see, and that's what we expect from that duo on height. Crazy though, that so many different teams topped up all the eliminations and Savage to the front all the way to the top 10. Now you don't see it.
Yeah, these zones are so good. We saw this in the other game as well. When you move over water, and once the material down, low, and the team that does those are the ones who have the most height going into that final moving zone, and they're going to have more of those times, more of those positions, to set themselves up. And that's a huge advantage. And with that big elimination win, they're going to boost them all the way up in the leaderboard here.
Absolutely, I want to see exactly what the leaderboard looks like, but also what Team 11 and Restate on that.
I don't know what's happening over here, okay? I keep assuming, I think I know what's going to happen. I keep assuming he's going to have the time here of the competition qualifier 2.
No, get started!
Hold on, Zeke. Paying attention to us too, but it was two separate teams. Arskill and his duo mate coming in second place. Now, teams are overtaking them in the one spot. And then on the other side, Hardfire and Nova. 11-13 eliminations in game number 4.
Yeah, it's the hard start from that first time. I know he's doing some work with Hardfire. Clearly, he's staying up. They were able to get things done here, but look, we're spot on there, right? This zone wasn't actually going to come. You know, it always comes at some point, but it's so shambles for a lot of these teams. Very, very hard to deal with. But to ask you, what's the difference? Very, very consistent over the course of the game.
Yeah, we're being like game after game after game. Second, first, whatever it is, they are off deep in this. You gotta get called to beat this out. Let's beat it up. He was down in the second, and that's total plus 30 points, and that's fly down off the it was unfortunate to see Mendy go down to the back of the zone. It's rough first moving in deep, but this is the kind of thing this Savage is going on. Second off the zone. This Savage is in his perfect form. This is his final form, may I say. Every single time he gets in, it is a highlight reel. And that gameplay that we just saw from him, the bouncing off of the wedge, the utilization of his final man is to recover from being deep out inside the zone on multiple occasions. Absolutely big brain that he's just
Yeah, man, they're doing things that we were with the Spider-Man. Sit behind, just able to get ahead of him. And then you just sort of work your way in. And then, of course, when he's hitting shots like that on the floor, goodbye, good night. Yeah, Savage is on one today. Look, people call him one of the greatest solo players ever. And it's not an exaggeration, like he's just right. Yes. Remember someone talking about snapping it on, right? He's just on point. Look at Savage, man. What a player. Can't wait to see where they are now.
Well, let's take a look together. Let's see how things are going. Remember, that was game number 4. We still have 2 games left to go, and we want to try and make it in that top 8 if we want to qualify for the final 2 weeks from today. Right now, Kinslow sits out in 9th place. Not on that board, right, to make it in. But once again, we turn our attention to the very top of that board. Eliandra, I'm so sorry if I say your name wrong. Artskill as well, 146 points. Now, once again, you kind of see that clutch, that solo clutch back. We talked about it all last year. So we're seeing it here once again, right? Mr. Savage, he didn't necessarily get the victory out. He didn't get a ton of eliminations, but what he needs to do is secure that top 5. And with those points, they do matter.
Yeah, no, I'll be real. I said at the start of the show I was going to remember because of the hope, but this is going beyond hope now, right? This is a real possibility coming into these last 2 games, and you know, I hope they can sort of hold on to it. I hope there's no coaching involved whatsoever, because everything is setting up well for them. Of course, we talk about it, I think it's a great spot. Don't have to worry about the zone variations too much.
silent cases there, so it was 132 points last week. Well, it's not for qualifier 1. They're already on 140 now. Tucker's first four of them was thinking of that. They were in the first place spot. We've already now dropped down to 6th place. Just going to lose out in that one game, right?
It comes down to that. You know what 2 games left. Liverpool is going to turn this entire qualifier to on. It was.
Because he doesn't get the siphon because I think Dino in the distance gets the elimination and steals it away from him. So he could have absolutely survived that, but he just barely missed on the elimination.
Sometimes it does be like that. It's Fortnite. Some things will happen. Rules will rise and others will fall. But you guys heard that battle bus. We're getting ready to jump forward once again. 2 more games before we wrap up today in Europe. For now, we're sending back on over with Root and Shy with game 5.
Game number 5. This is where, if you're at the bottom of the leaderboard, it's time to rise up. You only have one more chance to get your name into the top before it gets pulled on that final tally on the leaderboard. If you're on top of that ladder, it's time to play defense. That's T-Chips, Art Skill, that's Benji, and Mr. Savage, PKR, Matthew, bunch of teams that are there past that 100-point threshold and want to hold on.
Yeah, it's pretty easy for still winning 2 games. The point difference between that top 8 position and about 20th place, about 30 points, so basically 1 victory royale will put yourself up there. So it is still everything to play for. And everyone at the top, you can't get comfortable unless your name is T-Chips and Art Skill, because you can still be knocked out of that top 8 as you go back to the absolute anarchy that is conquered, I feel like. And I mean, this is the starts there as they get eliminated. And let's see, are they going to get out again? I think it's a little bit better compared to last week. You know, it's always good to see improvement from them. We always love to see let you on top, Tyler.
Absolutely. I feel like I have like a morning routine now with these games as well. I got to start watching Flo King Clement get bopped. 4 afternoon conquers until we move on past that as well. But you can see across like all the regions we're looking at right now, it's Ruga and Hero, 2 big names, right, from NAEs that are rolling in with success in Chonkers and really moving on to the next portion of the competition. That might just change a little bit inside semifinals to see exactly what brings down before each qualifier.
Mm-hmm.